I'm Stephen Morgan, also known as Netizen1, and I said I would explain this photo to you later. Come on over here and I will explain a bit more about it. Come over here. I want to explain it through the game of Monopoly. This is a game of life. We've all played it, we all love it, we've all had an argument through it. Life is unequal, it's unfair, there's a lot of poverty in the world, there's a lot of inequality, and there's a lot of private individuals with a lot of money. I'm going to explain it through the game to begin with. Okay, you've got Joey here with a nice posh car. Joey was born into a family with a lot of money, and it's Joey's turn. What happens when Joey has a turn? He has 5 rolls of the dice. He boosts ahead, he buys the properties, and he makes it more difficult for the next people to play the game. And you've got the working class man, Stevie, representing me. I work hard, and I'm rolling the dices. I'm not having much luck. I'm hitting the community chest. I'm hitting the chance. I'm hitting the electric bills. And I'm not having much luck purchasing a property. Then you've got Sammy, represented by a cat. Sammy's had a tough upbringing. The family's poor. She's struggled through education. Her chances are limited to even get hold of the dice to roll to play the game. Okay, what if we changed the rules of the game, and every time Joey, Sammy or Steve rolled the dice and landed on a property, all of the players of the game got the option to fractional share part ownership in the properties? How much different would the game of Monopoly come? We'd go around without having to pay the rents, we'd pass go, we'd collect our reward, and everybody in the game would become more wealthier. Now, there's technology available at the moment to make this happen. And I'd like to introduce you to my company, United Crowd Investors. We work together, we earn together, we unite, we crowd, and we invest. The technology is already available for us to change the rules of Monopoly. And now I'd like to explain this to you on my board. Okay? Typical. The company name, United Crowd Investors. This is the first block on our chain. Keep your head up, camera, keep focusing, don't get distracted, you've got to follow me, okay? United Crowd Investors is the name of my company. And what we're going to use is current technologies that are available, that are coming, Web 3.0, blockchain, NFTs, and cryptos. I know these words can be frightening for many, but I'm going to break it down and explain the benefits of how, through working together, we can create shared wealth and a different way of living and a different way of dealing with each other, you know? So, how are we going to do this? Over time, or just like Monopoly, property investment is one of the most secure investments in creating wealth. So, I'm going to use properties as our main vehicle in starting off the program. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to do it by purchasing properties and then splitting them through NFTs to fractional ownerships. So what does this involve? I'll buy some properties. And I'll split them into NFTs. So no matter what amount of funds you have available, you can become a part ownership in the properties within our portfolio. Okay, so what we will do, along with the NFTs, when people purchase NFTs, they will also be given crypto coins. In this instance, called netizen points. And the aim of the game is to trust each other and work towards an abundance of everything we need. There should not be people who are starving in this world, while there is people with ridiculous amounts of wealth. Just looking out my window here over at the port, and the boats and the money that the people, they don't get used, yet there's people in other countries who are starving. It just really pulls on my heartstrings. So I want to create a game for everybody. I want to make this understandable for everybody. I want everybody to get involved, and I want to make the world a better place. Now, 2022 is the year we're at now. I was expecting flying cars. We've got the advancement in the technology. The technology at the moment is great, you know, it's improving all the time. But there's so much. We've got inequality, the cost of living crisis at the moment, the rental crisis in Mallorca is ridiculous. And a lot of people are struggling just to pay rent. In the UK, they're calling it heat or eat. This should not be happening in this day and age. So, where do I see the world in the future? Properties will be owned differently than we become used to, differently than the individual owning the individual property. And with the new technology, what's in the back end of NFTs, this will become possible for people to become fractional shareholders in many properties. So what is an NFT? An NFT is a smart contract, exactly like your current mortgage contract or your car ownership contract when you purchase the car. It's a legal contract, or it will be in the game that we're about to play. Okay, to start the game, I have a limited supply of netizen coins that we are going to distribute as a stored value amongst each other and work towards an ultimate goal of total abundance for everybody. Now, how does the game work? As I've explained, we will start off. We will purchase properties. We will split them into NFTs, and we will also give people netizen points based on their initial investment. So, what is a netizen coin and the benefits of it? The United Crowd Investors Property Holdings Company will hold the properties. And what this will do, we will have smart contracts, the NFTs, the NFT portfolio section, and then we will have the United Crowd Investors Portfolio Holding section. And what we do here is when we have the NFTs in the portfolio, we will collect the rent. We will collect the rent. And we will collect the rent. And we will use the money from the rent to build up the portfolio of the United Crowd Investments Portfolio Holdings. So, what will that do further down the line? Come on, camera, get back with me. Stupid thing. What will this do further down the line? As we increase the uptake in individuals who believe in this system, and they have the understanding to believe in this system, and I believe many of you out there will, and eventually everybody on the planet. What this will do, as we were collecting the rent, it will make properties to live in more accessible for everybody involved in the game. It will also create a large amount of income, which we use to build up the United Crowd Investments Property Holdings portfolio. Okay, I've been explaining this for quite a long time to friends, to family. Stupid camera keeps going off me. So I'm just going to try and go through my board here and give a bit of an explanation of things I've been writing down to friends, family, and anybody who listened recently. Okay, so United Crowd Investors. We unite, we crowd, we invest. We work together and we earn together. If everybody has the same joint goal at the end and we're working together, we're more likely to achieve this. This is my way in which we will do this for everybody to have more benefits in their life and in their future. As I've explained, we have the NFTs, different values. What will the NFT look like? I'm going to make it fun, and I'm going to base it on Monopoly. So, what I've done is I've designed some NFT cards that can be shown like this. Each card will give the user a fractional share in the properties that are pictured on the front. You can scan the QR code on the back. This will give live information about the properties, the current value, the rental situation, maintenance, and a breakdown of the overall management of the company, of the property, should I say. We have them numbered. This is a recent apartment that I worked on. We'll have individual numbers, the property price, the location of the property, how many United Crowd Investments or netizen points came with this NFT, and we have the number of NFTs minted for each individual property. So this property here was €1 million, and there was 1,642 people involved to purchase this one property. Now we have it fully rented out. It brings in €1,600 a month, and the average increase in the area for this property is 4.8%. This NFT is a long-term rental. It's secured income over a long term and a very secure investment strategy. These two, I just found these pictures on the internet, but eventually we'll own the properties. This one was an Airbnb. We will branch out into different sections of how we manage the property. So some properties will be available as Airbnb and some as serviced accommodation. So individual rooms, you'll have different families, different people living in the properties, and we will have them maintained, cleaner once a week, and make sure the properties are well looked after. It gives more people access to a property to live in, you know. So, where are we now? What is the smart contract? The smart contract, as I've explained, is going to be as an NFT. It's going to be sold as an NFT. You will have a copy of it on your app. And for the children, we will have cards. Tradable, just like my nephew here, who trades Pokemon. The NFT cards will be tradable in the school playground. And the reason for this is I want the younger generation to jump on board, start building up the netizen points for the benefits further down the line as they get older, as the game improves, as the reward scheme improves within the game. Then when they're older, they will get more benefits for participating in the game. So they can trade and swap these cards, and they will come with netizen points which will be stored on their app, and there will also be fractional shares in the individual properties that are photographed on the front, which will be trackable and traceable through the blockchain. To begin with, United Crowd Investors is going to become an invitation only. I want to deal with the people that I know and trust to help me build a platform up, to introduce people, to speak to people, and to help go in the right direction and bring this to the masses moving forward. So another reason why invitation only is because I am going to be the guarantor for the people that I invite into the company. So the people that are involved in the scheme, they will, the ones that are below me will answer to me if there is an issue within the system. What this does, this creates a total trust amongst the users of the Netizen platform. Okay, reasons why I believe I have faith in the program that we're doing at the moment. The Bitcoin, for example, and many of the coins out there at the moment, they're a gamble, they're speculation. People are buying them based on the belief that the next person will pay more money for the coins than they've paid for. And they don't have, okay, they store value, but they don't really have any real world backing or real world use at the moment. They're just traded. Some people win, some people lose. It's very possible that it's getting manipulated by the whales at the top, pump and dumps, and some people with immoral actions and the money to back them are creating more wealth for themselves